Hello Forge of Empires players. Today, I'll be presenting an interesting update for the Guild Battlegrounds 2024, which will be available in beta site. This update brings several important changes, including new defensive army boosts, improvements to matchmaking, and a rework of province buildings. These adjustments are designed to enhance your gameplay experience and offer more strategic depth. Let's take a look at what these updates will bring to the Guild Battlegrounds season. Introducing the Defensive Army Boost. With this update, both offensive and defensive boosts will be available on all Guild's battleground maps. Whenever a province is captured, the system will randomly select whether an offensive or defensive boost is required to fight on that province. As always, defensive boosts will be marked with blue symbols, while offensive boosts will remain red. This change ensures that you can better utilize your army boosts, adapting your strategy based on the needs of your guild and the map. The Guild Battlegrounds map will influence the likelihood of each province requiring either a defensive or offensive army boost. For example, the Waterfall Archipelago map will have a higher chance of requiring a defensive boost, while the Volcano Archipelago map will lean more toward offensive boosts. This dynamic allows players with both traditional offensive and newer defensive strategies to adapt based on the needs of their guild. Additionally, unused defensive bonuses will now have a more meaningful role in battles. Matchmaking Enhancements. Within this update, they have been introduced matchmaking changes, so-called avoidance mechanic. The goal of the new avoidance mechanic is to make the matchmaking system more dynamic and reduce repetitive matchups. Here's how it works. First, guilds are grouped by the number of times they've matched with other guilds in the past. For example, guilds that have never faced each other are grouped together as 0 matches. Second, these groups are sorted by the number of matches. Guilds with fewer past matchups will be given higher priority in matchmaking. So if 2 guilds have never faced each other, the system will try to match them first. Third, within each group, guild pairs are randomly selected, ensuring that the same guilds aren't matched too often. Fourth, as a result, guilds with fewer previous matches will have a higher chance of being paired together, leading to more varied and fresh matchups. The idea is to give you a better experience by reducing the likelihood of playing against the same guilds over and over, while still considering the guild's strengths and rankings. In addition to this mechanic, the league points ranges have been adjusted, a narrower threshold for maintaining rankings has been introduced, and some of the leagues have been expanded. Diamond League Special Matchmaking Mode. Twice per Guild Battlegrounds Championship during the 3rd and 6th seasons, Diamond League guilds will experience a special matchmaking mode, reserved for the most competitive players. In these seasons, Diamond guilds will be placed in a separate pool, where they are matched against each other based on their ranking in 4 guild increments, top 4, then 5-8, 9-12, and so on. In this mode, no league points will be deducted from guilds, regardless of their final placement. Other guilds will follow regular matchmaking rules. If there aren't enough Diamond guilds, top Platinum guilds will also be included. On smaller worlds, the special mode may not apply. Look for this special icon in the Guild Battlegrounds welcome window to know when this mode is active. Usability Improvements. Map and Province Visual Overhaul. As you may notice from the screenshots, the Guild Battlegrounds map now features a detailed view, enabled by default after the update. This new view makes it easier to see important details about each province, such as type of army boost, offensive or defensive, coordinates, number of province buildings, chance to gain attrition. If you prefer a cleaner look, you can easily disable this detailed view by clicking the corresponding button in the Guild Battlegrounds status bar. The province info window has been upgraded with a more streamlined and detailed design, combining information already visible on the map with the following new features. Ignore and focus guiding markers set by players with the appropriate rights. The name of the guild that controls the province when available. The total victory points generated by the province affected by victory points boosts. Reward chances. Province buildings menu. Reward pop-up removal. Currently, every time you receive a reward for a GBG encounter, you face a familiar pop-up describing what you received. With this update, the pop-up has been replaced with a reward banner that will temporarily flash at the bottom of the game window. As I think you already noticed, this happened in Guild Expeditions too. I'm not happy with this change because most of the time I need a specific good or something else and I want to see immediately what I won. It can be seen even now, but you can do it by clicking on the chest icon on the reward banner if you were fast enough and pressed on it quickly. Cost and victory points scaling. Currently, all province buildings have the same costs and yield the same amount of victory points, regardless of a guild's ranking. To make good spending and victory points rewards more balanced, this update introduces scaling based on a guild's ranking. Both the base cost of province buildings and the victory points they generate will be multiplied according to the specific league multipliers. New ability. They are expanding the selection of province building abilities with a new addition that will allow certain buildings to generate extra victory points for the guild that owns them. Naturally, this ability requires buildings to be attached to, so they are adding 6 new buildings to support this feature. New look. Finally, all province buildings are getting a visual overhaul, contributing to a cleaner, more modern appearance across Forge of Empires. Last but not least, with this update, 50 new attrition levels will be added, raising the total number of levels to 300. That covers the updates coming to Guild Battlegrounds, available on the beta server starting November 14th. These changes bring fresh strategies and a smoother experience for all players. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you're as excited as I am to see these updates in action. Until next time, enjoy exploring Forge of Empires.